Why, hello. It's a party going on over here. So we have to pause it. Keep in mind if you're a werewolf at the start of this and you haven't destroyed anything yet, you will start to get hungry and start losing health. So you should definitely play the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. You know, I've been hearing good things about it. I know someone who's played it, and they said it was amazing. I think I saw like 2 seconds of it. I don't remember any of it. So, I feel like it's one of those types of games I got the vibe from that you should not know about before you play it. But is it like a puzzle game? Well, guys, we already had Max Murphy, Nelly, and Mr. A chatting. And Max Murphy and None Ya Business way early. Whole day before. We got, ooh, begins the moment of my first class of the day. No! I was gonna be like, yay! Wait, no, we're saying no. Okay, let's see. For solidarity, well, I'll say no. I spared 26 hours to watch it. It's nearly complete. Aw, Mr. Anderson. For shame, fellas. Already chatter, but no likes for the stream? One should go with the other. Everyone's gotta boop the werewolf. You can give him a little boop. Just be careful. He bites. Oof, I forgot to do that. My mouth was getting jacked by jagged vector bits. Wasn't able to think. Oh, life update. I have made the conviction today that Vector is the nastiest cereal. Oh, a cereal. Like the... But you're getting that protein. Okay, Stanley Parable. Yeah, maybe I gotta play that at some point. That's not an Xbox, is it? Okay, so, okay. I am strong and brave and I'm gonna do this because I'm brave. We got destroyed many times. I'm sure you're totally surprised to hear that. Okay. So when you enter the hunt, he immediately attacks you if you're a werewolf. Apparently. You could also, in theory, wait and not be a werewolf when you enter. I mean, technically you've been a werewolf, and everybody else has detected that you're a werewolf without you even being a werewolf. A lot of people have detected it, so we could try that. Because we have died a few times. Simply put, piss off the narrator. That's the whole like intent. It seems really cool. That made me very happy if you would play that. I will definitely, I'll see if it's on Xbox. And I'll think about it. I think that would be really cool. I feel like it's one of those games that I'm gonna have to play eventually. It just sounds like such a popular game and like such a well-regarded game that it's like, it's not like the type of game that you're like, ah, maybe I'll play it. It's like, well, no, it's not if you're gonna play it, it's when you're gonna play it. Oh, I didn't have my claws out. That's so confusing. Whoa! I've got the cure for your curse right here. Jeez. It's on the Xbox, I can confirm that. Oh! Okay. Well, I'm gonna mull that one over. I think I'm gonna end up doing that. It seems like such a cool game. And so different than what I'm used to. Okay. Oh! And then I was destroyed. Again! Which Xbox do you have? I have the newest one. I am not a big fan of Xbox's naming conventions, but what is it? The Series X? Rhino Wiki. Good morning, you degenerate nerds. Your journal has been updated. What does it say? Carius died. See, it doesn't say I've successfully destroyed Carius. It just says he's died. So it sounds like this quest can really go either way. I mean, we're doing well so far. So we had already taken the difficulty down a notch because it was getting a bit crazy. So I did knock it down a little bit lower from negative. Whoa, whoa! So okay, so I looked this up because I was like, why is this hard? This seems so imbalanced. So, I've played Half-Life. Wait a second. I've played that game before. Dude, I've played that game. Didn't I like that game? Oh, hold on a minute. Now I'm thinking about it. I think I really like that game. Okay, so, maybe not. I am having memories. Feel like that's a game that I borrowed from someone. I don't know if I own it. I think I had this friend that made me play it. Well, if it's similar to, like... I keep forgetting to do this. If it's similar to an Elder Scrolls style gameplay... Oh my gosh. No, no, no. That you can get health as soon as you get up to those guys. Half-Life is a great game. If you don't remember playing it, you should play it again. See? I was telling Mr. Nerdy the other day, I was like, listen, you gotta understand. As much as I would love to fix my little memory problems, two greatest things about bad memory: you don't hold grudges, like emotionally, even if you know you need to deal with something. You're like, you don't emotionally hold on to it because you don't remember. And you get to enjoy things over and over and over again. For the first time. It's beautiful. Nerd! Callum DMD. Dude, by the way, when I opened the chat, it had a... I don't know if it still has it in chat, but it had a big green box that said Callum has become a Legionnaire or something like that. It was like, has joined Legionnaire. So welcome, Callum. Callum's joined the Legionnaires and on YouTube, but also subscribed on Twitch. So thank you, man. You are literally you have a double ranking. Yeah, if you have the Xbox 360 Orange Box CD, you can play it on the newest console. So I did have that, but it was borrowed from someone. It was a friend's game. So I don't anymore. And I remember there being a really stressful part. I think it was Half-Life, where I was supposed to have a vehicle, and that part of the game is only made for vehicles, but then the vehicle got destroyed, and then I was in this maze of endlessness and just died into infinity. And then I think that's the point at which... It's the point at which I gave up. Because you couldn't pass the part. It was impossible without a vehicle or something like that. I think that was Half-Life. Because as soon as you said orange box, I all of a sudden had memories. At that part, that game, now that I'm remembering it, it was fun, but it had stressful moments. Okay. Let's see if I can go to... Callum DMD, Legionnaire. Oh, we've got Steinmetz, Shu, David Reeker Jr., Ryan Nowicki, Nelly Bird, Vim, Marcus Jones, Lee Bramble. Some of these people we haven't seen in a minute. And D's Corner popped in once. He's like, he was the first member, but he, we haven't seen him in a minute either. Okay, so you can get it off of eBay for $10. Yeah, Legionnaire is our YouTube members, the name of our YouTube members. So let's see. We have... Want to make sure I write everybody down. Wait a minute, this isn't the pen I was using. I was using this one. Got that pen consistency, man. Callum. Sometimes I shorten the names so I can fit them on a line. But I always add DMD in all caps. Do you find your perception of things changes if you lose memory more than the average person? I would think that would mess with taste in music, which is often linked with experiences. It can. I do remember feelings, though. Like, I remember sensory feeling. Like, I remember emotion, and that can be connected with sound, smell, maybe a little bit of feeling. But rarely. It's usually like taste. So I'll feel an emotion, but I'll see an image, but I won't necessarily know. Like, for instance, certain things, you know, will connect you to your childhood and you'll feel that.
Stonet00th raided my stream with 6 viewers.
How you doing, Stone Tooth? Raided the channel? A handful of pebbles wash into your stream. I love that. That's good. Ah, every time I don't bring out the claws first, and then he staggers me. Hi, how's Morrowind treating you? Man, you know, where it was, a vast map full of beautiful adventures, it has turned into, lots of deaths. It definitely, it took me by the hand and showed me a new place in Solstheim. And then it was like, now we're gonna put you in your place. Which was so fun. Bloodmoon has turned into a rough one, but it's been good. It's been good. We've tried this. We've died many... Oh, come on. We've died many times. It's been a beautifully painful experience. Oh! So my guess is, since this is like a whole maze, that we don't need to destroy everyone in the maze. They might just keep spawning. Oh! So I was looking up how to beat this part of the game, and they said you actually have to fix a patch that makes them so overpowered. The werewolves. I'm like, really? Like, it's that bad. That it's like a thing that you have to turn off. Oh, okay, well, you know, that's a bit of a problem. Okay, that was not... Ouch! At least making progress between the deaths, for the most part, except for the hunt. The hunt has just knocked me downs. How was your game, Stone Tooth? Hello, Stone. Good to see you. Hey, Callum. Good to see you. How's it going? It's a small world after all. Okay. This is the problem. I have never been a werewolf and not eaten someone. Like, every day, I have not missed a day where I satisfied the bloodlust or whatever. So if we want to bring this up to trying to do this human, which I think you can do, I don't know what it's gonna do to me as a werewolf. So I'm very curious. It's going well, but I'm a bit hoarse from all the reading. I was about to say you're playing Morrowind, right? Previous comment. We just started Morrowind day 1 today. So you're gonna have to remind me, have you played Morrowind before, or is this your first time? Because this is my first playthrough, and oh man, look what it did to my health. That's alright. Now we're gambling on the fact that he might not attack us right away because we're not in werewolf form. That's the hope. Now, in order to have the boots of blinding speed without the blinding, we need to get a little allergy medication. So we made a little spell called Visine, and the Visine blocks some of the magical effects. And then we're able to wear boots of blinding speed with no blinding. We're already a Breton, so it cuts out 50. Visine cuts out another 50, and we're good to go. Ancestor's Ring would be helpful. Most certainly. Agility, unarmored speed, fatigue, that's okay. Magicka, spell absorption, spell lightning. Levitate, shield, strength. Well, that sounds nice. What other item are we missing aside from the helm? Agility and sneak, I guess. Okay, so it does take us a minute to put together our cute little outfit. We've got our shield back on, which is gonna fix some problems here. Yes, I played it a few years ago. Whoa! He attacked me! I'm sorry you two have been brought to play in this nefarious game. Well, his thing changed. Since werewolves captured me at this fort, I've been held here by this demon Hersine. Soon others join me, one of the Nords named Heartfang, along with a beast named Karstag. I believe the only hope for escape is to find our way through the maze. He's still attacking me, though. Whoa, 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 whoa! What? This you can actually loot it. Ooh. I want that. And that. And that. You know, forget this. I want to stay on this side. Silver Shard Slayer. I want all of this. Inventory. Ah! I want that so badly. Look at this outfit, man. I want that. Oh no, he didn't make it. Oh, Max Murphy. Nerdy, answer me. Should I cheat on this test or actually try? Actually try, man. Cheating gets you nowhere. Ooh, what you eating? Oh, I need to look to get some post-stream food. Good luck with the avoiding deaths. Enjoy it, Stone Tooth. Leave the arena now and rest. You've earned it. want that. Not the boots. I will never give up my boots at blinding speed. It will never happen. Aw, man. No. No. It's okay. No. Then don't ask. If you cheat, you'll never know if you got smarter. And then defeats the purpose of wasting your time taking a test anyway. Okay, we need to use our ring. You're putting time and money into getting smarter, and then you're not getting, you know, it's just a lot of money and time to waste. At least for me, I wouldn't be able to live with that. Just be like, wow, I've wasted everything. Stone Tooth is hiding in the bushes. Nice. Did we? Oh, it's doing the thing again. It's doing the thing where you can't click the magical effects. Okay, let's try it again. Willpower Magica, not bad, not bad. There it is. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, you don't get the added health if you're not a werewolf. Interesting, interesting. But let's see. We look good! Yes, we do! Except we gotta cover it up so we can get... reflect. I mean, if we don't cast it, though. It says cast when used. Oh, I look amazing. Are you joking? Okay. Well, I guess this is why people have to add, well, school is forcing me to take this test. I thought you were cool. Why waste all your time and presuming money on school if you're not gonna go through the process? I don't know, it just feels like a big waste of time. I thought you were cool. Cool enough to lie. If it's an academic setting, most tests are a waste of time anyway. How much of it translates into something you need in your career? Not much. Oh, I think the whole concept of studying to the test, the whole way education does it, is a waste of time. But if you're going to go through the process, a big part of the process is comparison. You're like, you need to do it the way everybody else is doing it. Because then everybody cheats, then everybody wasted time on the test, then they shouldn't have given the test. It's stupid. Like, I think the whole concept of the test-taking thing it has nothing to do with learning. It's a way for teachers to determine in a setting with too many students if their students have actually learned anything. Oh, I didn't... So, the whole thing is silly. I agree. I think the point of Tom Sawyer is he's an immature kid, right? Isn't that the point? I could be wrong. I haven't read Tom Sawyer in a long time. So apparently if you stand on their head, they cannot hit you. Great to know. School can be a waste of time, but the factors that say if it is or not are not known by others. You should ask if you've committed to others to treat your school seriously. Yeah, if you're gonna waste your time being there, might as well take it seriously. Yeah, I don't want a clever one. He got others to do his work for him. As great as that is for the billionaires of the world, I don't want to be that person. Because if you constantly are the type of person that gets people to do your work for you, then as soon as something difficult comes your way that you can't get out of, you haven't built the strength of character or even emotionally any strength to be able to handle doing anything. And then everything is too much for you and you're just kind of weak. Like, I haven't found that to be a good way to live my life, but as soon as because I used to do that as a kid, I was very easily overwhelmed and stressed out. And so having like, genuinely out of a need to do it. I would wait till things lightened up before I'd try to get involved. You know. But I don't... Yeah. I'd want to be a person of stronger character where I'm the one depended on, not used, but I think there's a line to walk between the two. There are things you need to know or experience, and there are things you need to skip past if you use your head. But not if you're putting it on someone else. You're just wasting their time in life. And if you care about your time enough to not want to do certain things, then you should care about other people's time. I don't know. Now, I think doing things in a team setting is always better than just managing things alone. And learning how to... everyone to optimize their time by working well together, I think is ideal. How far back are we going with this? I don't know at which point I became a werewolf. This is way back. Way back. Whoa. What is this? Running out of blocks. Oh, any of this is. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, I am missing something. Werewolves are powerful in this game. Yeah, you actually, if you're playing it, I think it's on PC, you're supposed to disable that thing that overdoes everything. Oh man, this goes way back. I have some things I gotta delete. Wow. Life is by measure more than about the expectations you're given. Hold yourself to. Every interaction touches on an expectation someone has. If meeting the expectation is important, then yeah. Huh. Yeah, that is an interesting way to look at it. Not sure I measure things by what others think or expect by... But that's part of what makes me a pain in the ass. I think a big part of it, you could entirely do this selfishly, which is that you do things... You could either do things now that make your life easier later, like becoming a person who's capable of more, and who has more people, maybe more people who appreciate them and rely on them, so that you have more people to call on when things go wrong. Or you could do things that are easy right now, but inevitably it catches up to you. And when you're old and weak and things are getting hard, all that strength you didn't build up ahead of time is gonna catch up to you, man. Like, the people who do everything for themselves, not from a prideful way, of course, but from just trying to take care of themselves. I'm in the stage of life where I'm seeing those people as elderly people. And the people who don't want to do things for themselves, or only the people who only want to do things if it means you owe them, those people are miserable. And they're not willing to accept, ironically not willing to accept help when they need it. Or they siphon off of everyone around them. Oh, I'm not. And they end up being miserable as in their older years, which is... And the people who want to do things for themselves as much as they can, but have learned to, like, work together or let people help them, they are very happy people. Think twice about being useful to others. That's not a measure of your worth, but how much they can use you. I agree, but disagree. That there's two different things. If your life is measured by... If your worth and your emotions are measured by how useful you are to others, and that's what gives you importance in your own head, then it's not selfless, it's selfish. And pursuing being a good team player, a good person, a good spouse, a good brother, a good whatever, sister, the kid to your parents, if you're doing that for your own self-worth, yeah, you're dead right. But if you're the type of person who can handle themselves and help other people, and you have boundaries and limits, and you're more objective about it and less emotional, and it's less selfish, it can actually make your life significantly richer. And when people try to abuse that, you don't let it. Because it's not about your self-esteem. It's not about you. You're there to help others. And if they're abusing that, then you're like, okay, well, that's not beneficial to you or me. And they're able to walk away from situations like that. And that's something I've been trying to grow in. Is it used to be a very selfish endeavor to want to be useful to others because I wanted to be valuable to others. It was very selfish. And yeah, that made me a weaker person. And it made me more vulnerable to people using you. It can be a very naive thing to hope that people will love you based on, well, I did this thing for you. Some of it depends, being helpful to others without expectation of a return. Yeah, that's a big part of it. So are you naive and ignorant and you're letting people run all over you, which makes you less of a useful person over time? Or are you the type of person that is willing to just be that strong person and with a certain level of balance? Because if you are, I think that makes all the difference. And it makes your life easier over time. It just does. Instead of sitting around hoping someone will save you, you're like, no, I got it. I'm good. And if I really need help, I'm the type of person who's built up a reputation of being there for people, and then people are there for you when you really need it, not because you're being lazy or whatever. So some of it depends on life experience. In mind, being a good spouse was a wasted effort. Could have had a lot more fun if I didn't care. For me, when my spouse is at their worst, being a better spouse is only better for me. Because it makes the whole experience easier, and it gives them time to become a better spouse. And if they're not going to, yeah, sometimes it hurts your feelings. Like, sometimes you leave yourself emotionally vulnerable, but that's the point of getting married. If you're not going to be emotionally vulnerable there, then that's the only time it's worth being emotionally vulnerable. And if the person's overstepping or not treating you well, at a certain point you can walk away from that knowing it wasn't my fault that I pushed them into being a jerk. No, that's just how they were. And because I was a good spouse on my part, I can walk away from that knowing, no, it wasn't me. It was them. Because I was doing things right. And I'm not the one who caused this. Yeah, seriously, Alone in Dystopia. I'm not crying yet. My emotions are intact. But man, this is rough. Yeah, the times I chose not to just care at all, that I chose to emotionally pull away. I mean, there's seasons where maybe it's appropriate, where you're like, this person's going through something, and I need to not depend on them for emotional stability, because it's not going to come from them. And that's okay. Katomi's here, by the way. Hi, Katomi. I didn't say hi to you yet. That's a perspective, Ryan. Being honorable can be... I don't think that's true. I think it depends on the reason that you're being honorable. If you're being honorable because you're like, if I'm just like great and stand-up-ish, I'm just the stand-up guy and I'm so great, I'm gonna prove myself, then it's still for selfish reasons, because you're hoping that it's, whether it's for pride or whether it's because you're like hoping it'll fix that person, It's like, that's the reason why there's the no return aspect. Of like, at a certain point, you have to just be okay with, I need to save it. You just have to be okay with, I'm just gonna do right by myself. And maybe I'll pull back because I know that this isn't going well. But I'll still, within our interactions, I will do things correctly. And if they choose to still do what they're doing, you know, you reassess what's appropriate for you moving forward. Mystical Gate Inner Ring. Well, this is as far as we've got. Oh, no matter. The hunt is... Wait. Ah, so it is you, Elise. But I see you have taken on another form. No matter. What? This hunt is for Heartfang and Heartfang alone. Many generations I have lived now, with Hersine's ring on my finger. The hunt is my birthright, Elise. Heartfang alone shall face the hunter. Heartfang alone shall earn the glory of the hunt. See now the power I was born to wield, prepared to face me in my true form. Aren't you supposed to try to side with him? Wait a minute. No, don't fight me. Fight someone else. How are you supposed to be able to side with him? Okay, well. Yeah, for me, dealing with things poorly, I'm not saying, like, leaving a relationship, whether it's a friendship or another relationship, is not the appropriate way to do it. I'm just saying within your interactions, you've done things correctly, and then you can walk away confidently knowing, yeah, that wasn't me. I did my best. That's just my opinion. Because I've seen in myself and I've seen in other people's interactions, when they're the problem, but they're like, they blame it all on the other person. And it's like, you haven't even tried doing things right yet. Like, you don't realize that you're the source of the turmoil. They're not responding well to you because you are laying the groundwork. You started it, they're responding. Not that they should be responding that way. But, like, you could just try doing things well. And see if it gets better. And if it improves, that means everything can get better. If it doesn't improve, then clearly there's a problem. You know. And if you did all you could and still end up wrecked, it isn't unrealistic to say, why did I bother? I guess for me, I want to walk away at the end of my life knowing I did the right thing. And if that person, I mean, again, I've seen too many relationships because I stuck it out. I've seen things where people go downhill fast and then they recover. And I've seen people where they continue to go downhill. And I know it's not, the momentum isn't stopping. And I'm still gracious in the moment, but maybe I avoid interactions because I'm like, this is not a thing that I should be around or that I should have in my life. But I still care about that person and I need to take a step back. And because they're not getting better. They're just a human like me. And they deserve the space to get better, but that doesn't mean I need to be in that space. And if they're not willing to, then I have to pull back. And if I end up in a situation with that person, it's fine. Okay. You know? And because I've done all I can to make it easier for them to change, at least I hope, maybe I'm delusional, then I know that I'm not instigating the issue. Why is he attacking me? I thought you were supposed to side with these people. Wait, Hersine's ring disappears from its finger and has found a new owner. Oh, what? I forgot we have this little sensey thingy. I think with friendships, it's different than with spouses. If you chose that person, then you're choosing to stick it out. You've already made the commitment. That doesn't mean there isn't a point at which you got to walk away, because there is. But until that point, you need to do your best. Because you chose that to begin with. Now, I can understand looking back and saying, that was not a good choice. You know? Or maybe for some people, they'll look back at their own life and say, wow, that wasn't a good choice for the other person, because I was not ready. But maybe it's not a good choice for you. And you're like, wow, but I'm here now. I've made a commitment. I'm going to take it through to its end. And if this is not going to get better, then I need to pull away from it. Like, I respect that choice. It's a hard one. A lot of people don't respect that choice. They think you need to stick out everything. For me, a lot of it comes down to time. It's like, okay, this is a stage. If it lasts forever, it's something I can't stick out. Because it's not okay. But if it starts to improve, then, that's how you end up with people who are ancient who are still married. Because they stuck it out. And they didn't just stick it out with a person who was stubborn and never got better. They both got better together. But it's painful either way. And I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry that you've been through experiences like that. Because it's very destructive to a person. My uncle got really... My uncle got really sick, so we covered his backyard with lard. After that, he went downhill very quickly. Walking away wasn't an option given the foolish values I once carried. An oath is an oath. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, is there are boundaries to that oath. For people who are basing that oath on religious things, even that gives you certain ways out. And my biggest problem was that I would make it harder for the person to change. And then I would still blame them for the fact that they didn't change. Because I was so bitter and upset about the fact that they weren't changing that I would act bitter, and then it was making it harder for them to change. And it's like, okay, if I can give just enough grace to this person to give them room to breathe, maybe they'll start to recognize that they're wrong. Again, it doesn't always happen. In those relationships I've pulled away from. Doesn't mean I'm not still kind to them. Doesn't mean I don't still interact with them from time to time. I just don't go out of my way to, because I know it's not healthy and it's not a good thing. So I don't. And to your point of always being useful to people, I wanted to be like that to someone who was a bit of a siphoner. But I already knew that. And I chose the relationship with that person. This is not an intimate relationship. This is a more or less friendship type relationship. Knowing that that's where they were at, and they started to get better. But then they started to decline again. Getting better was just so that people would like them more. And then they couldn't do it anymore. And so then I pulled back and I was like, okay, I know for myself, I can't do anything else for you. I can't help you. If I could, I would. I would stick around and I would be there. But I know I can't help you, so I'm not gonna just sit around here dealing with harmful behavior just because it makes me feel like I'm so holy or something like that. Like, that's just, again, selfishness on my part, and it's not helping either of us. I'm not going to be the enabler, because that's just, again, me being selfish and me trying to make myself feel good. Sometimes things are pointless, even if you've lost everything to a situation. You likely made friends that shared animosity, learned a lesson or something. Don't stop looking for those benefits. You can fool yourself, think you can help them getting through something, only to realize things aren't going to get better. Exactly. You don't know, though, until you've helped. I've watched marriages fall apart because both people were not willing to improve themselves at all. They both were waiting for the other person to improve, and neither of them had space to get better. Because one person was angry and stubborn, and the other person was annoyed, and thus became very annoying at the same time. And it was like, okay, if both of you would chill out, both of you have room to get better. Like, and both of you would be able to enjoy the positive parts of each other. It was just sad. I'm not saying it was ever meant to work, and I'm not the one telling people a situation was ever meant to work because I don't know. I'm not the judge of that. And we can't all just, you know, the whole hold hands and sing Kumbaya and suddenly everything's fantastic. I definitely don't believe that. But I am on the outer part of this now. Aren't we supposed, whatever this is, don't I need to get to the middle? Is that the goal? Is that what I'm doing here? I don't know. Maybe the door is on the outside edge. Gonna sound harsh, but my good friends are dead. Yeah. That's another part of life that's just miserable. That's life sometimes. It's a crab sandwich and you just have to choke it down. Yeah, that's part of it too. I used to work in a pathology lab, but I was asked to leave after one of my reports came back. And so and said cause of death autopsy. Oh no! Well, after we did the autopsy, they were no longer breathing. Oh! We've made it to another level! Okay. We're doing it. I'm sorry. I'm a little excited. I think I've seen too many times in my life where life is a bit of a lame situation, a crab sandwich, if you will, sir. But half the time I'm the one making it worse and I don't even see it. And so I'm blaming the problems on everybody else who's involved. And I realize, oh no, that was just me. And as soon as I get better, everything gets better. And if it doesn't, then again, you learn what to walk away from. Huntsman's Hall. You know. If we can come back here and get all that loot, that'd be sick. I'm trying to lighten the mood. You're doing an excellent job. Yeah. Life is just rough no matter how you cut it. When things are going well, when things are going poorly. You know, I think when things are going poorly, everything feels terrible. And then when things are going well, eventually it's still not perfect and you're like, well, now what? Things are still hard. Like, I did have good friends, but they're not here anymore. And it's like, well, no matter, you know. What is that thing? That's a thing. What are you? How am I supposed to interpret your aesthetic? Yay! I don't know what you are, but you are no longer what you are. Okay. You are the one. Wait.
The other challengers. I had rather expected the giant to prevail, but no matter. You have proven yourself a worthy hunter, and you have earned the greatest honor that can be bestowed upon a mortal. You are to be my prey.
Wow, that sounds so nice.
What is it that makes a hunter great? Is it his strength, the speed with which he strikes? Or is it his guile, the ability to outwit his prey? Answer me, mortal, and decide your fate.
Okay. I feel like... What are we gonna get, some kind of buff? Strength, speed, and guile. Speed, we're already OP on speed. As much as I would love to become an even faster little dude, which would be great. Strength, speed, and guile. I don't think we need any more speed. I think that's the one thing we're good on. Strength, Guile is good. Strength also helps carry weight when you won't drop more stuff. Guile would be Odysseus's choice. I mean, well, then in that case. Yeah, I don't want anyone to get the impression I think I did everything right and was a complete victim. I wasn't perfect. Yeah, none of us are. There's always two sides to it. And even when you are the victim of something, you still could do things wrong. And I've been that person. I've been the person that caused the problems and didn't realize it and blamed it on everyone else. And I've been the person that was the victim of something and didn't always handle it right. And again, when you're kind of more of the religious bent, you're gonna, at least for me, I viewed it more as I had to. It's kind of feels a little twisted and sad, but I kind of had to stay the victim for a while to learn the problems in myself. That even when I was the innocent person in the situation or the person doing things right, like, and I'm not saying this about anybody else, just to be clear. This is just my situation. I had to learn how to bear up under it and figure out the problems I had, which is a hard thing to do because when you're dealing with someone, man, it's so much easier to see the problems that they're causing or what they're doing, and so it's very hard to have to look inward and be like, oh, like, still not perfect, even if I'm on the good side of the situation, you know? I'm really angry at the moment. Grr! I brought one of those off-road vehicles. $15,000! I got it home. Turned out to be a canoe. It's an off-road vehicle, man. Guile is good. Okay, so strength. I feel like strength or guile.